Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tanya from Tanya's Kitchen and I post a brand new video every week. If you like to see a lot of Middle Eastern recipes, please subscribe to my channel. For today's video, I am making two different kinds of bread. One of them is Shanklish and tomato bread and the other one is hot pepper paste bread. Now the first thing I do is I get my dough ready. I will have the exact ingredients down below, but I will repeat them also in the video. To start off, I have 1.5 cups of warm water, 2 packets of active dry yeast, or if you don't have the packets, you could put 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. Then we have 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup extra virgin olive oil. I mix these together and I let my yeast to rise before I pour them into my flour. I have 1 teaspoon of salt in here as well, and I have 4 cups of flour. I begin to mix this with my hands. And be patient because it takes a lot of kneading. I do pour a little bit more flour in my hands so that I could get my dough to be more smooth rather than sticky, and I need a little bit more. I then cover the dough with a towel and I leave it to the side for about half an hour until the dough rises a little bit. I pour some olive oil in my hands and rub it on the top of my dough so that the top doesn't get crusty while the dough is sitting there. Now I begin to make the tomato and Shanklish mixture. I have 5 small tomatoes in front of me and I'm gonna grate them. And before grating the tomatoes, I also grated 1 large onion. So now I have 1 large onion, 5 small tomatoes, and I'm gonna chop 1 jalapeno up as well. And then I'm gonna let these all cook together until they are not so watery. They become a little bit thicker of a texture. And after that, I throw in my Shanklish and some more larger tomatoes, which you will see. So now what I'm doing is I let my onions cook a little bit. I throw in the jalapeno and then I throw in some tomatoes, some salt, and I put 1 tablespoon of tomato paste and 1 tablespoon of pepper paste. I let this simmer and thicken. While that is thickening, I have another pan here. I'm putting about 2 tablespoons of oil and the rest of the chopped onion. And this is for the hot pepper paste mixture. So I just throw 1 big tablespoon of the hot pepper paste, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of oregano. I mix this together and I let it sit. And this is all you have to do with this recipe here. We just leave this to the side. this is what the Shanklish cheese looks like. You could find it at any Middle Eastern store or any Armenian store. So what I'm doing is I'm chopping up one big tomato. I'm leaving it in big chunks. I have the Shanklish crushed here, and I just toss these on top, and I mix this in with our mixture, and then the cheese gets really soft and it blends in really nicely with the tomato mixture. So just keep mixing, have the heat on low, and then you could put this aside as well. And then both of our mixtures are done here. We have the Shanklish and tomato mixture, and then the hot pepper paste mixture. The hot pepper paste does look a little bit too oily for me, so I did toss some of the oil out. Our mixtures are ready, so we get our dough. Now, ideally, people make these in the Middle East and they make the dough into little circles, but since I was just eating this with my family and it was gone in like 5 seconds, I decided to cut this dough into 4, just flatten it out like a pizza, and I just toss my mixtures on top. But if you are gonna present this and you have people coming over, you could make these into little circles, put the mixtures on top and serve them that way. It's more ideal. That's how the dish usually looks in the Middle East. Now the goal was to make the dough super thin. I did that. So I am getting my tray, which I have put some non-stick spray on. I'm gonna poke holes in it with a fork, and then I'm gonna toss my first half of the Shanklish mixture on top. Smooth out the mixture so it's even all around, and then we're gonna toss it into the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes. I just kept checking the bottom of the dough. When I saw that it looked crispy and a little bit red, that's when I took it out. So be cautious since the dough is so thin. Here I have taken it out of the oven, and I just want to show you how the bottom should be looking. It is almost see-through and it looks delicious. So I cut these up into squares, and these ones are ready to serve. And then I just get my pepper paste bread started as well. Now that was me getting the pepper paste ready exactly the same way I did the other bread, and then I just stick this in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, and that is it, you guys. That is my Shanklish bread recipe and my hot pepper paste recipe. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you make this at home, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching.